Immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force as the sixth branch of the armed forces. That's a big statement.
That was the president 2 months ago. Now, today, Vice President Pence revealed the administration's more detailed plans for creating a fully independent Space Force in just 2 years. Professor Michio Kaku is a physicist, the author of the New York Times bestseller, The Future of Humanity. He joins us. Professor, if you watch TV, people seem to be making jokes about this thing. But most Western nations have essentially offshored huge parts of their infrastructure to the heavens in the last couple of decades, and yet they're essentially unguarded and totally vulnerable up there.
That's right. I think we have to take it seriously because Donald Trump sees this as part of his legacy. Long after he's gone, we're going to have a U.S. Space Force for the first time since 1947, a new branch of the military. And I think he wants to put his stamp of approval on this, so we have to take it seriously.
Yeah, but the joke about it is like it's a Plan 9 from outer space thing. These are like going to be Trump space cadets and everything. But we are vulnerable to much weaker countries who, if they happen to detonate something in the right spot over the middle of the country, would knock us back to the mid-19th century. That's what's at stake here.
That's right. We don't realize that outer space, we are a sitting duck for a preemptive strike.
Right.
You realize that we are the most vulnerable because we have over half of all the commercial operating satellites in orbit.
Yeah.
And even a small nation like North Korea, a hydrogen bomb over Kansas would be enough to wipe out nearly half of our telecommunications network and paralyze power stations across North America.
Right.
And that's just one hydrogen bomb over Kansas.
Yeah, and it's a situation that's never really existed. I mean, we don't, because it's happened so sort of imperceptibly, we don't realize that our banking systems and our electrical grid have all kind of migrated to outer space.
In fact, this conversation is happening in outer space.
Right.
This TV show is carried by satellites, the internet, telecommunications, radio, GPS, all of it, the economy, national security is done in outer space. And like I said, we're sitting ducks. So that's why I think we should follow what Ronald Reagan did. Ronald Reagan said, A, we need peace through strength, but B, let's cut a deal with Gorbachev. Let's try to manage the unmanageable by cutting a deal. Now, the Outer Space Treaty of 1967 could address these vulnerabilities, but it's way out of date.
Yeah.
It says nothing about laser cannons, killer satellite technology, kinetic energy weapons, nothing.
No, the world has changed so much, since then. Thank you very much for that, Professor. That is absolutely extraordinary. It is a serious business, and as you say, it may well be part of the president's legacy.